Hey, 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 it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7 True Crime Edition. So, if you guys are new to this, we covered a story on a man out of California, Vacaville, California, to be exact, who was he unalived individuals on live stream, and his trial has not even gone, hasn't even been dealt with. There's been so many things that has happened and transpired since 2021. So, without further ado, let's get into this update that I wanted to give everybody. Now, today they're actually having a trial hearing. I don't know exactly what the uh, the details of that hearing is going to be, what is going to be over, but there's a lot of things that has happened to actually postpone this trial. So the title reads, shout out to East Bay Times. It states that trial date still unsettled for man accused of unaliving women or a woman, teenage girl at Bay Area apartments, and live streaming the aftermath. Judge rescheduled a trial setting for January 28th in Department 1 in the Justice Center in Fairfield. So this article was actually written on December 18th. It's not too much there's not too much how can I say this? It's not a news story that's out there. Let's put it that way. It reads, two defense attorneys withdrew Tuesday from the case of a Sacramento man charged with the January 2021 unalivings of two females, one of them a minor, and a new attorney was assigned to replace them. During a morning proceeding in Department 1, the attorneys who for months have represented Raymond Michael Weber, Tim Pori, and Leslie Prince confirmed to Solano County Superior Court Judge Jeffrey Kaufman that they wish to withdraw. That's not good if you don't have no attorneys. Kaufman agreed to their request, but immediately appointed Chief Deputy Public Defender Tamani Taylor, who was present for the hearing, to take their place. Weber, 33, shackled at the wrist in a striped jail jumpsuit, his black hair in a four long braids, appeared for a trial setting in order to show cause and the attorney's motion to withdraw. Kaufman then ordered Taylor, Weber, and Deputy District Attorney Eric Charm, who leads the prosecution, to return to a rescheduled trial setting at 9 a.m. January 28th in the Justice Center in Fairfield. Now, here's the thing. He now has a court appointed attorney, and we all know about a court appointed attorneys, right? Um, I just wonder the severity of the case if she has actually taken the time to review the case, review all the evidence, anything that is already available, because there has been a lot of subpoenas that has been issued to different entities to obtain records and evidence. Um, Now, although this man did in fact unalive these women or in a woman and a teenage girl, he does have a right to a fair trial. So I'm not taking away that. However, it is going to be difficult when you have a court appointed attorney who covers many, many, many cases. So I just want to know how this is going to play out. Now, this article was written back in December. It is now January 28th. So I am assuming that she has made some time in regards to sitting down and familiarizing herself with this case. And I believe, hopefully, that is what today's hearing is going to be about, to see where she's at, how to move forward, so on and so forth. It also reads that Weber's case is notable not only because it is a double unaliving, but also because he live streamed in some of the crimes in their aftermath in a Vacaville apartment, investigators said. Court records show that criminal proceedings against Weber were suspended for a time when his competency was questioned. However, Kaufman reinstated proceedings and determined there was enough evidence to hold him further arraignment and trial. Weber is accused of pow-powing and unaliving Savannah Theberge, 27, with ties to Utah and Georgia, and a 15-year-old girl from Elk Grove during the early hours of January 30th in an apartment in the 500 block of Rocky Hill Road. Now, this was January 30th, 2021. During a July preliminary hearing, Vacaville police officers testified that Weber was a human trafficker who used romance to recruit a victim and keep them in line with violence, likening their relationship to modern day slavery. Detective Stephen Gunderson testified that he spoke with the mother of the slain teenager before she was unalived, saying she had earlier tried to stop the driver of a black sedan, whom she described as a light skinned African American male with dreadlocks of black and brown hair, from driving away with her daughter. He said the girl's cell phone was tracked to the Oxford Suites, Rohnert Park Hotel. Another investigator obtained a receipt from the hotel showed that Theberge had registered using her credit card. Additionally, investigators obtained hotel surveillance footage, video footage from January 23rd, 2021, showing Weber standing outside the elevator. Video from the earlier morning hours of January 24th, showing Weber and the girl, and more footage showing Theberge outside the hotel room. Gunderson also said there was evidence that Theberge had checked into a Motel 8 or Super 8 motel, in Hayward on January 24th and through January 26th. Charmed showed Gunderson still images from surveillance cameras showing Theberge at the Foothill Boulevard Motel. Earlier testimony included that of Michaela McCaleb, 19, who is the cousin of Weber, who told her mother that Weber was raping a young girl hours before he pow-powed and unalived her and Theberge. McCleb's relationship with Weber suddenly changed subtly when he accused her of giving a cell phone to the teenage girl on January 29th. Angering him so much he began choking McCleb. Then she was 17 at the time, and this is his cousin. She told Charm, I knew something was terribly, terribly wrong. Vacaville Police Sergeant Eric Watts, Charm's lead investigator during the hearing, testified that he was called to the Rocky Hill Veterans Apartment shortly after 12:40 a.m. 911 call on January 30th. Watts said his investigation revealed Weber had accused these two females of turning on him and that he had paced around the apartment with a pow pow in his hand. I, in a, I, mental health, I do see some type of mental illness. However, um, I don't think that is an excuse because you knew exactly what you were doing. I know I read this previously, and I'll you know what, I'll keep going. The sergeant confirmed that police responded to the apartment complex shortly after 12:40 a.m. when the woman reported that a man armed with a hand pow pow was live streaming from an apartment where two women not moving were lying on the floor. Upon their arrival, police said the man, later identified as Weber, had barricaded himself inside. SWAT and critical incident negotiation teams were deployed. Negotiations were unsuccessful. Neighbors were evacuated in flashbangs and CS gas. Good grief! A powder that, when mixed with a solvent, becomes a aerosol and tear gas. Were then discharged into the apartment. Officers found Weber hiding there and, following a brief struggle, shot him with a taser to bring him under control. He was arrested at 8:32 a.m. Judge Kaufman has noted that Weber was convicted in 2006 for assault with a firearm and in 2016 of an unlawful possession of a controlled substance while armed, both in Sacramento, and both were felonies. He faces charges of domestic violence and making terroristic threats, both cited in an out of county warrant. This man is unhinged. Um, and I don't see why due process, why trial, why justice is not being moved swiftly on this. Now, I do understand that his attorneys withdrew, and I really, really, really want to know why that happened because I don't think that he's all there. But then again, I do. But then again, I do because it's just like the whole issue of one issue as to why this case was actually delayed is because they were trying to question his competency. But again, even though he may show signs of some mental issues, he did this willingly. This from some people saying that this is not the first time. He's been unhinged. But the fact of the matter is, he does have a right to an attorney. He does have a right to a fair trial. So now, today, hopefully they can give some type of update to the judge to let them know if and indeed they are ready to move forward with trial, and we could get some type of hearing trial date. But we won't know until there's an update on that. So these are one of the cases that I am going to keep attention to and update you guys accordingly. Tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed and I'm out. Bye.